Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I've just opened up outside 2. This is the default pixel art that actually comes with it, and the reason I'm showing you this is because I always use this as a reference just to show you roughly where things go. Now, as you can see, this part here is a pathway with a border, and what we're going to do today is we're going to take the cobblestone texture that we made yesterday, we're going to put a border around it. I'm going to show you how to do the icy version, and then after that we're going to move on to how to make a texture like that. This is a totally different type of path, as you can see. This one here is a little bit more tidier, a bit more colourful, and that's the kind of thing you'd be aiming for an actual town or city. So with that said, I'll close up the RTP and we'll get back to what we were doing, which is this here. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, we've got to copy and paste this cobblestone here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's make it a little bit easier on the eyes. And take that up to there because that's where we're going to be needing it. I think I've got that bang on. Yep. Now, in order to do this properly, we don't need it on the 32 pixel set down here. We're actually going to go to 4. Now, the reason for this is because section here of 4 pixels all the way around this cobblestone we're getting rid of, because that's actually going to be our border. This part here, just here. Of course, the corners on this, let's go to 32 just for a second to make sure I got this right. Yes, I do. Oh, I haven't seen this. Right, there we go. I don't know what that error message was. I hadn't seen that one before. Right, let's go up to here. Because we've got these little corners to get rid of as well. And on the icon, of course, we get rid of the border around that, because this is the part where you will actually see it within RPG Maker itself, so that you can see just at a glance what it is. Doesn't have to be perfect, but again, better for you if it is. It really is. Right, so what I'm now going to do is just scroll in a little bit, and we can of course reuse some of the colours from here. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take this darker colour, and for this we're going to go all the way across like that. We're going to do the darker colour all the way across here along the bottom. There's a reason it's along the bottom. This is the part where it would be casting shadow. Oops, I went one too far there. Just one moment. I don't understand why that was doing that. seems I'm having a little bit of a issue with my line tool. That hasn't been happening before. In case I must correct that. So let's go there. Let's just go on eraser mode for a second and get rid of these. Obviously that shouldn't be there. Let's zoom out a bit. I'm going to use the line tool on here. Of course it won't matter if it overlaps a bit there, because that's going to switch it off eraser mode, Helen. There we go. That's the first part of it done. Next part, we just need to grab the lightest colour. Of course this is the highlight. And this colour is where it'll be catching the sunlight. The reason I've done it this way is because it's going to give it a little bit more of a 3D sort of effect. So as you can see there, that looks as though this part's in shadow, this part's in light. So that's the best way of actually doing that. And of course you can get the dark one again, just to do these. I'm probably better doing this by hand. I don't understand why my line tool is acting up there. It really shouldn't. What's this? No. I'm going to have to investigate that at another time. That's really unusual. You can do those 2 pixels like that, and the final pixel where it's in the light, we just use the medium colour. Now that pixel there where it's in darkness, grab the darker colour, shift it very slightly darker still, and you have it looking a little darker there. It's in darkness there, so I'll just go around and do the parts that are in the most darkness first. Makes more sense. Right, okay. Last one. Then we go around with the medium. Use that one there. Actually, perhaps not. That didn't look quite as good. We don't want to look as though part of the seam is missing. Let's go up here. And of course we're going to complete that with those pixels there. As you can see, that's given us a lovely border. Let me just zoom out. And what I can do, just switch the grid guide off for a second and you can actually see the 3D effect a little bit better right there. Switch it back on. Now the next part is getting the corners done here. There's a very simple way of remembering. The top right, which is this one, merge layers, copy paste. The top left to bottom right. The top right, just grab hold of it, goes there. And of course we do a similar thing with these. bottom left. Hang on, I'll grab both of these first, it kind of makes a lot more sense rather than shifting things about the screen a little bit more. So that one will go there. This one no, I'd forgotten to merge my layer. That was my fault, sorry. I'll get hold of this in a moment. Right, and that one goes there. And of course we do this here for your icon. And this is quite simple and easy. It's a very quick thing to do. You don't have to stick so closely to the things on the RTP. I mean, you obviously can. There are going to be some significant differences between the way I do things and the way that they put in the RTP, but this is one similarity we are going to work with because, well, everybody needs the cobblestone, don't they? Right, put that there. What do you know, this is actually the line tool's behaving itself now. Really don't know what was its problem a little bit earlier, I honestly don't. And now for the darker one. Let's get that there. And of course we'll grab the medium and we'll just fill in those spaces right there. And when we zoom out, I'll put this back to 32. There you have it, guys. That's a functional. That's a functional one there. Hold on, what the hell? There, that's better. I wondered what had gone wrong then for a moment. So yeah, as I was saying, that's a full functional auto tile right there. And of course you can do the snowy variant of this. So all we need to do the snowy variant would be to obviously put the icy pieces in between the actual cobblestone pieces, put some icy pieces on the top. For that we'll need to use the white, not an absolute brilliant white, you know, you don't want it looking as though you have just sprayed a load of white over it, but that's the rough idea if you wanted to do a snowy one. So with that all said, I'm going to leave this tutorial now, and when I'm back next time we're going to make a completely different sort of path. This border part here is going to be very similar, but the inside we shan't be using the cobblestone next time because there's only so much cobblestone you're going to want, really, isn't there? You think about it. And also for future episodes we're going to be doing the different types of grasses, auto tiles, because those are some of the places where you can set your encounters and things like that. If you think about, say, how the Pokemon games work, if you walk into the tall grass, then you're going to have the encounters with the Pokemon. And I want to show you how to do something very similar within RPG Maker, but we need to create that grass first before we can set any encounters with anything. So, All that being said, ladies and gents, that's today's part. So if you want to go ahead and make yourself some cobblestone paths of this nature that's a little bit tidier, then by all means go ahead. And I should be speaking to you very soon, and we'll continue on with making this A2 tile set. After that, I'll show you how to import this into RPG Maker and how you can begin to draw your map. After that, we'll be moving on to some of the different tile sets, especially the ones for buildings, and that's the one where it's going to get interesting because there's several ways of doing that. But for now, we are sticking to the A2 because without the ground you can't really put anything else on it, can you? So all that said, I'll speak soon. Bye bye.